It's 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition for tonight. Headlines we have an important meeting on the response to the proliferation of SARS-CoV-2 variants. For the national scene, U.S., a new heat wave hits the west of the country. Welcome to our newsroom. Message of congratulations from the President of the Republic to his French counterpart, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, wished his French counterpart, Mr. Emmanuel Macron, success as the celebrations of the 40th July approaches. Our nation is all the more enthusiastically associated with the commemoration of the 40th of July because this anniversary marks the triumph of modern values over dictates. President Guelleh noted in a congratulatory telegram sent to the French president, there is no doubt that it is through the ideals of the 1789 revolutions that France continues to fascinate the rest of the world, he said, welcoming the privileged ties woven by the thread of history, culture, and languages between the Republic of Djibouti and the French Republic. The head of state also held the dynamic recorded in recent years in the exchanges between the two nations, particularly in the areas of construction and development, infrastructures, economic wealth, and decentralization cooperation. He also took advantage of this telegram to reiterate to President Macron his commitment to the preservation and the strengthening of the strategic partnership between the two countries in the field of defense and security. The Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble Abdillah, chaired an important meeting on strengthening and revising the national risk management strategy to meet the new challenges of the emergence and proliferation of SARS-CoV-2 variants in the world and in Africa. The meeting was attended by the Director General of the CNSS, Dr. Ahmed Roble, the Secretary General of the Health, Dr. Saleh Benoita Turab, the Director of Health of the Armed Forces, Dr. Ahmed Bourale, the Doctor in charge of the National Police, Dr. Rassamatar Hassan Faraha, the Director of the Hospital of Ahmed Armed Forces, Dr. Median Saeed, member of the Scientific Committee Against COVID-19, and finally, the Director General of Hospitals. In his introductory speeches, the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Roble Abdillah, stressed the urgent need to expand and refine the national strategy for a coordinated fight to strengthen national capacity in terms of genomic surveillance. The Minister of Environment and Sustainable Development, His Excellency Mohammed Abdul Qadir Musa, has chaired the meeting. The meeting was held by video conference. The Councils of Ministers of Environment of PESCA member country discussed the report of the Secretary General of PESCA on the activities carried out by the regional organization during the period 2019 and 2020. The minister also discussed the program to be implemented for the next 2 years, to 2021-2022. 2 years, finally, the ministers examined the financial situations of the organization. The Republic of Djibouti is located on one of the busiest maritime routes in the world and has several ports. Therefore, we are exposed to marine pollution is caused by oil, and our country alone does not have the capacity to deal with the risks of marine pollution. And now listen to the Minister of Environment, Sustainable Development, His Excellency Mohammed Abdul Qadir Musa.
I am pleased to address you on the 19th section of the Ministerial Council of the Regional Organization for the Conservation of the Environment of the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. Throughout this remote meeting, allow me at the outset to thank the government of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for hosting the regional organization PESCA as its permanent headquarters, and for the continuous support it has provided to PESCA since its establishment. I also extend my sincere thanks to His Excellency the General Secretary of PESCA, we spare no effort in supporting member states in implementing activities that contribute to the conservation of our marine and coastal environment, in which our economic development are heavily relied upon. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of Djibouti attaches great importance to preserve the coastal and marine environment, in particular by actively contributing to international and regional efforts. Though our country will continue to support the effort of PERSGA to achieve its goals to conserve our coastal and marine environment and promote a sustainable development approach. I would like to express our pleasure to be assigned to chair the 19th section of PERSGA Ministerial Council, and we look forward to continue fruitful cooperation with the Secretary of PERSGA in completing with success the work of the session and to achieve further progress. Our country has been benefiting from the diverse support provided by PERSGA since the accession of the Republic of Djibouti to Jeddah Convention in 1999.
The Minister of Interior, Said Nuh Hassan, received in his office the Yemeni ambassador accredited to our country, Mr. Abdallah. During the meeting, the two parties discussed issues of common interest, including the latest development in the fraternal situations in Yemen and ways to strengthen the existing cooperation between the two countries. For his part, the Yemeni ambassador praised the solidity of relations between the two countries, stressing at the same time Yemen's willingness to strengthen cooperation and partnership with our country. The Minister of Interior, Said Nuh Hassan, also received in his office at the ministry the Indian ambassador accredited to our country, Mr. Ashok Kumar. And during the meeting, they discussed bilateral cooperation between Djibouti and India, ways to strengthen and develop them. During the meetings, the Minister of Interior noted the existing partnership between the two friendly countries, stressing the importance of exchanges of experience between the two countries. In the framework of the elaboration of national child policy, the Ministry of Women and Family, with the support of UNICEF, organized this morning a validation workshop on the national child policy at the People's Palace. The workshop was chaired by the Minister of Women and Family, Ms. Muna Usman Aden. The integrated national policy on early childhood constitutes an appropriate framework for nationalizing the efforts of the government, civil society, the private sector, and development partners to ensure the effectiveness of interventions in favor of young children. This workshop aims to strengthen the promotion and protection of children rights in Djibouti. This workshop was attended by UNICEF representative Melba Johnson, UNDP representative Fatima El-Sheikh, and development partners, namely UNFPA, USAID, executive from the multi-sectoral ministries, as well as UNFD. For his part, the Minister of Women and Family, Muna Usman Aden, said that this workshop aims to strengthen the promotion and protection of the children right in Djibouti. This mission will have two objectives: presentation on the history of the national policy of integrated development of the young child, presentation of the policy on advocacy note. The Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hibo Mumin Alsowe, received in his office on Monday the U.S. Ambassador to our country, Mr. Jonathan Pratt. During this meeting, the two sides discussed the existing bilateral relations between the two friendly countries and ways of strengthening their partnership in various files. In addition to discussing a number of other issues of common interest, the Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hibo, praised the strength of the relationship between Djibouti and Washington, praising the fruitful partnership between the two friendly countries, which encompasses a wide range of areas. The Minister also assured the Ambassador for the support in all the files. The General Directorate of the Djiboutian Coast Guard, located at hosted on 11 July a signing ceremony of the minutes of discussions on the capacity development project on infection prevention and emergency response to the Coast Guard under the influence of COVID-19 between the Djibouti Coast Guard and Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA. This ceremony took place in the presence of Colonel Waris Omar Bore, commander of the Coast Guard, and Mr. Kaneda Masayuki, the JICA resident representative in Djibouti. Within the framework of this project, the Djibouti Coast Guard will receive donations of 3 ambulances and 3 tankers in order to strengthen the emergency response capacity of the Coast Guard, which intervene on the whole maritime domain. This Saturday, July 10, took place in the meeting room of the Regional Council of Ali Sabih, a signing ceremony of a partnership agreement between Avas Ali Sabih Road Agency and IGCD Ali Sabih Water Castle Youth Association. The ceremony was hosted by the Vice President and Acting President of the Regional Council of Ali Sabih City, Nuh Said Geldon, and the Deputy Prefect, Mr. Khadar Idris Suge, the Director of Avas, Mr. Radwan Aden Ainan, and Mr. Suleiman Elmi Qayad, President of the IGCD. Initial this convention is in front of the distinguished guests. This convention sets the rules of collaboration and joint work on the problem of household waste collection in the city of Ali Sabih, and more particularly in the district of Chateau d'Eau of Ali Sabih. On this day, Friday, 9 July 2021, the Association L Laureate Grand Prix de Chef d'État distinguished 2 women in the 3-round prizes. The school garden was made available to APES, Association of Parents of Students, and establishment School Dekhil for to ensure the sustainability of investment and to enhance the potential of the garden, and maintenance of training were provided to parents and of students. The objective of this of the school garden is to achieve a menu made exclusively with the local product to empower the canteen to improve the nutritional status of the people through onions, tomatoes, and aubergines, beetroot, onions, and peppers. As long water is available. In addition, the association receives income during the holiday period in order to ensure and participate in the school life. For the international scene, a dangerous heat wave will affect much of the western U.S. United States will record with a record temperature likely. The National Weather Services warned Sunday. The thermometers rose over the weekend in most of the Pacific Rim, as well as in large inland areas west of the Rockies. According to the National Weather Services, Las Vegas matched its all-time high with a high of 47.2 degrees Celsius. The mercury is expected to drop only slightly in the city, while it could peak at 52.2 degrees Celsius in California's Death Valley, known as the hottest places in the U.S. In all, more than 30 million people are affected by the heat alert or warnings, the National Weather Services said Saturday. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.